Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for December 3rd, 2014. I have a great blog planned for you today. Big deal from the MLB hot stove. We'll take a look at Syracuse's loss to Michigan last night. We'll also have a look at your NFL power rankings. But first, let's get to a lot of college football, a lot of stuff going on in college football, as the second to last college football playoff rankings have been released, and a lot of people are surprised what these rankings looked like. So let's get to it. Of course, if you remember back to Monday, my top four I revealed was Alabama 1, Oregon 2, Florida State 3, Ohio State 4. So I had Ohio State in there, even though Cardale Jones will be making his first start as an Ohio State quarterback on Saturday against Wisconsin in the title game. I still liked them because I thought you can put Ohio State there, and then if regardless of whether they play well or not, you can still pull them out of that spot. But the committee made a big time statement with a decision that they made last night for the college football rankings. They had my two the same, Alabama and Oregon at the top, but then they put TCU at number 3 and Florida State at number 4. A lot of the stuff I was reading was saying that everybody thought TCU would be 4 and Baylor would be 5, because that way you could just flip-flop those teams if Baylor has a more impressive win over Kansas State. But now with Baylor sitting at 6 and TCU at 3, if both those teams win, TCU will get into this playoff, okay? Baylor will not jump this team, I do not believe. I think the team that could get in still is Ohio State. I think Ohio State could win that conference title game. If Florida State falls to Georgia Tech, maybe Ohio State slides into that spot. But also, I think you can look at this and say maybe they're trying to begin to play the matchups, and I think they think a matchup of Oregon and TCU will be a very exciting game, and an Alabama-Florida State game will be more of a pro-style game, okay? So that could be something that we're seeing as well as the committee begins to look at the matchups and what those will look like, even though I don't really think they're going to judge much of what goes on with the college football rankings based on who will play each other. We'll do a little bit more of this on Friday, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, my Heisman Trophy invitees who will be going to New York for a shot at the Heisman Trophy. I'm going to have Marcus Mariota in, Melvin Gordon, the two obvious candidates, and Amari Cooper. And then my two guys kind of off the cuff I'd take. I'm going to take J.T. Barrett, the quarterback of Ohio State. And also I want the running back, Tevin Coleman, okay? This guy, a big-time running back out of Indiana, has gone for over 2,000 yards. I think Coleman deserves to go to New York City. So Friday I'll be back. I'll predict my Final Four, and I will also give you my title game picks. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's get to my NFL power rankings for Week 13. Coming at number 5, I have the Denver Broncos. I think they're playing well. They're starting to run the ball more effectively. Peyton is not throwing the ball down the field as well, so I will take Denver at number 5. Number 4, Indianapolis. I still think Andrew Luck is probably playing the second best quarterback right now in the National Football League. I think this team has a lot of winnable games down the stretch. I will take Indy at number 4. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Mark Sanchez is really starting to come into his own in the system. A lot of weapons. LaShawn McCoy's coming on. The defense is getting pressure on quarterbacks. Indy is at number 3. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers. I think they're playing well, but I don't think they played great. I think the red zone offense really struggled on Sunday against the Patriots. Rodgers is playing well at home, and this team needs to get a playoff game at home to have a shot to advance. And finally, number 1, the New England Patriots lost this past weekend, but played good. If they played again this week at home, I would take New England by a touchdown. New England at 9 and 3 is my top team. All right, Syracuse Orange last night lost to Michigan 68-65. I liked a lot of what Syracuse did. Chris McAuliffe had a pretty good game for Syracuse, 10 points and 12 rebounds. I like what Syracuse is doing. I like a lot of what they're doing. They shot 50% from the field, so that was a major improvement from what we've seen this team do in the past this year. Still, Rakeem Christmas playing well for the Orange as he had another big game. And Trevor Cooney actually started to shoot the ball a little bit, so I like what I'm seeing. If you watch that game late, just young guys. Caleb Joseph turning the ball over late on two straight. Well, Chris McCullough turned it over on one possession, then Caleb Joseph did late. And I think what people have to expect for this season is a team that will be better towards the end of the season than what they're going to be right now. Okay, they only go 8 deep right now with Roberson still struggling with that tricep injury and Benajay coming off the bench. Benajay actually played pretty well off the bench with 10 points. We'll see what happens with this team. They got a big game coming up this Saturday as they will take on St. John's at the Dome. Finally, your MLB hot stove, the big signing of the day. Torii Hunter signs a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Twins. He was with the Twins for 9 years. He won 7 Gold Gloves, and last year he batted .286 with 17 home runs and 83 RBIs. This will likely be Torii Hunter's last season. And the Dodgers acquire outfielder Chris Heisman for right-handed pitcher Matt McGill. Chris Heisman, of course, played for the Cincinnati Reds. He batted .247 over 5 seasons and hit 50 home runs. I will be back on Friday. We'll do our football picks for the week. We'll talk college football title games. We'll do a little college basketball preview as well. It should be a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning into the Blog and Grill. You can check me out on sportsmindednews.com. Also follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back on Friday. Have a great rest of the week.